What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today, we're going to be doing something I think new. For as long as I've had a YouTube channel, I don't think I have ever reviewed a Variable Action Heroes. But today, we're going to be reviewing the Variable Action Heroes One Piece Boa Hancock version 1.5. Now, I did just get this to go with my SH Figure Arts line, and of course, that's where the size comparisons are going to go, as I don't collect Variable Action Heroes, but this is one I'm really excited for. So let's go ahead and get started, diving right into the sexy packaging. Now, I did collect these figures years and years ago, probably right when the line started, so I am familiar with these. I do love the box. Very small window where you can see the figure on the front and then kind of the side. Then we've got this really dope image of the figure posed up right there. I am digging that. It says Boa Hancock version 1.5 right there. Variable Action Heroes, Toei sticker, MEGAHOUSE, Bandai Namco. Nothing much at the top. At the bottom, a bunch of stuff I can't read because I imported this. Full body picture of the figure on this side right here. We've got her in her signature pose, obviously talking down on someone, and I love that. Then, of course, on the back, you got a big image of her, no real poses that you can get the figure into, and then two more images at the bottom, along with some more stuff I can't read. Now, anyway, let's stop wasting time and get this figure out of the box. Now, Boa Hancock is one of those characters that will pop up in One Piece, disappear for a long time, reappear, serve a short role, disappear again, and then come back again, just like a bunch of characters in the series, man. One Piece has so many characters that I often wonder how Ichiro Oda even juggles them, man. It makes me question how he doesn't forget that certain characters even exist, but he balances things so well, man. They all show up when they need to. They all serve a purpose, and Boa Hancock is one of those characters who serves a purpose. Now, what does that have to do with this figure? Nothing at all. It's just something I thought I would mention. Now, onto the figure itself. It looks dope, man. I have always enjoyed Variable Action Heroes, and it's to the point that I wish I did review these. I feel like maybe I did in the past. I'll go and look before I upload this review. But man, this thing is so damn good for a lot of reasons. It truly makes me wish that Variable Action Heroes was a 1/12 scale line, because if they were, Tamashii Nations wouldn't keep up whatsoever, man. This company was way ahead of its time when it started, what, 10 years ago at this point? Tamashii Nations' current One Piece figures aren't keeping up with these, and I think this is a re-release. I don't even think that this line is still going. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at her so we can examine some of these super fine details. Detail-wise, you will never, ever hear me complain about how well a Variable Action Heroes figure turned out if I ever review any more of these. But when it comes to the face sculpt, as you guys can see, she's got the serious look. I love the blue eyes. They're painted very, very nice. The hair sculpt is good as well. As you can see, it's somewhat on a hinge. It is three different pieces. You've got the bangs, you've got the upper part of the hair, and then you've got the lower part of the hair all working together in unison. So that is good, and it does help with the articulation. I love the gold snake earrings. They're painted very well also, so good job, MEGAHOUSE. As you can see, she's got a lot of chest action going on here. I'm not about to get into that. You guys see what you see. She's got this little, almost like a crop top shirt on, which looks good, man. It's painted very nice. I love the gold button right here. The arms look good all the way down to the sleeves that are a little bit translucent at the ends. It has this fluff-like look to it. Hands also painted nicely. Shading within the crevices of each bit of articulation. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's shading all along this figure on the upper chest, the belly button, this little sash piece right here has shading in it. This dress is painted super nice, man. Super, super nice. It is in 2 different pieces, so that does help with the articulation versus Tamashii Nation 2 would have just done 1 piece and then expected us to figure out how to make it work, or it would have been 2 hard pieces of plastic and then turned out like the SH Figure Art Zoro. So, yeah, very, very clean on here, man. Everything looks good all the way down to the heels. If you look at the knees, there is some shading right here on the knees. A bit excessive. I don't think that's necessary, but it is still good. Shading along the ankles right there, and then shading right where the foot pegs into the lower piece right here where the articulation is going to take place. So, yeah, man, or the toe hinge, basically. But, yeah, this figure is freaking clean, man. These variable action heroes always turn out so well, and when it comes to the overall look of the figure, I have never once had anything bad to say about any of them, man. Very, very good job, Mega House. Very, very good job. Now, to the top of her head, Boa Hancock stands right at about 7.5 inches. So very, very tall figure. But we all know scaling in one piece is very up and down depending on the character, depending on how they're drawn, and depending on how they're animated. So, of course, we will do some scaling once we get to the size comparisons, but don't expect much out of that and don't think too hard about it. So it's been years and years since I've handled one of these, but now it's time to see how the articulation works. When it comes to looking up, she is not going to look up at all, obviously because of the hair sculpt, so that is to be expected. She doesn't, she does actually look down better than I thought, but I would be careful with that because of these dangling earrings. You never want a piece to break off, especially something that you might not be able to get back on, but she does look down well, as I'm glad that she should, because she is a very tall character. When it comes to tilt and turn, that does also work, but again, you got to be careful with those earrings, so I wouldn't recommend using that too much. When you do, just be very careful. And when it comes to the chest, she does have a diaphragm joint in here somewhere. I don't know if it pegs right along here, but as you can see, she does lean forward just a bit, leans back a whole lot better. Actually, there's the answer to your question. This lower piece pegs into the upper piece, and it is a double ball peg, so that is why it works so well. Great job there. When it comes to the arms, no freaking hindrance. I wasn't expecting it to go up that much. T poses, nah, this is a Y pose, my boy. This does everything. Does kind of look ugly with the way the joints come out, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about something that works. And it even works in terms of bringing her arms in. You just rotate this piece right here and bring them forward. So there you go. Not the cleanest looking, but the articulation is there, so I have no reason to complain. When it comes to the shoulders, she does have a bicep swivel, but it's at the shoulder, so basically it's a shoulder swivel. Single jointed elbow, not a fan of that. Definitely wish they could have gone with double, but maybe because of how skinny her arms are, it was a little bit difficult, so I'm not going to complain too much. She does get some rotation at the shoulder as well. Nothing much going on in here. Hands are on a, let's see, can't remember if it's a very, very tiny peg, not a ball peg, but it is a peg nonetheless. So that is cool. Again, not much limitation there at all. So that's really freaking cool. She does turn at the waist, all of that good stuff. Now, when it comes to the legs, I don't want to be weird, but I don't know what's going on in here, so I'm about to look. She does kick forward only about that much because the dress is a pretty hard plastic. She does the splits about that much, so not a whole lot. She does have a thigh swivel, single jointed knee. Wish that was double jointed, but this works well enough. It's not like you really need to get her in any kind of crazy dynamic poses. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much. Wait, hold up, wait a minute. Is there ankle rocker? Very, very limited ankle rocker. Feels like it's gonna break, so I'm not gonna mess with that too much. And then she does have a toe hinge that I had to break in on mine, but it is there. So articulation wise, not the best, But for the most part, you will be able to get her in those poses that you want. The dress is a full-on floating piece. I forgot to mention that. So you can lift it up when you need to. I do wish it was a tad bit softer though, so she could get in more poses. But it is, again, nonetheless, two pieces, soft plastic that is connected. So yeah, there's that. Now, when it comes to accessories, she doesn't come with a whole lot, but she definitely comes with a necessary amount. Now, first off, she comes with a neutral head sculpt and a pair of fist hands right out of the packaging. She comes with 3 other facial expressions. One where she is looking down. Clearly, she's looking down on someone, basically making them feel like they're beneath her, as she does with most men except for Luffy. She does come with another facial expression where she's clearly attacking, and there's shading in the ears on these as well. Not sure how it's showing up on camera, but they did do a little bit of wash on the ear. And then, I don't know if it's wash, but it's shading anyway. Then she does have her blushing face where she's obviously either looking at Luffy or thinking about him. So that's dope. I'm super glad they included that. Now, I did say earlier she can't look down, but I was wrong. She comes with this interchangeable piece right here that you peg I guess the neck into, and it's meant for her being able to do her signature pose where she looks down. And I should have thought about that because it's even shown on the packaging that you can do that. So I don't know why I didn't think of that. Anyway, she comes with several different gestured hands. This little set right here. She comes with another set where the pinky and the finger next to the middle finger is pointing inward. That doesn't help, but you guys know what I mean. And then she comes with her signature pointing sassy hands with the pinky up. I absolutely love this. She does come with her cape, which if you guys look, it has a magnet. So it pegs, or basically is a magnet that pegs onto the back somewhere. You don't see it on her, but it does sit. So that is super duper cool, man. I love that they did that. Tamashii Nations, an idea for future releases. That is freaking good, man. This would have worked so well with the SH Figuarts Trafalgar Law. And then it does have 2 pieces. So if you want to get it to where it flares out, here you guys go. That is super cool. Or if you want to tuck it in, you can tuck it in and hide it like so. So this is really good, man. Really, really love this. And there is blue shading on it. Now, it doesn't sit the best, so be wary that it will come off probably if you're posing her. So I would get her in the pose that you want and then put the cape on. Now, last but not least, she does come with her Mera Mera Mellow effect. Now, at first, I looked at this and I was like, okay, how do you put this on? But basically what you do is you get her gestured hands. I think it's these, and then you just slide it in the grooves on the back, and this sits very well. This was a very good idea, man. And then as you can see, they're not coming off. So that super duper dope. You love creative ideas like this, man. And it's something super simple. Like, it's not like it's a very intricate design, but it works. And for my people questioning how she looks in her signature pose, here she is, man. A queen queening. This works so well, and I do dig it. Now, I do want to say the pieces that peg into her head are very tiny. So when you're disassembling her to put on the interchangeable hairpiece, make sure you are super duper careful, man, because you don't want this to break. She does not come with an extra peg, and these variable action hero figures do get super expensive. So yeah, be careful with that. I'm warning you now. Now, getting into what I'm sure many of you have been waiting on, the size comparisons. Here she is standing next to the SH Figuarts Romance Dawn Luffy, the SH Figuarts Wano Arc Luffy, and then of course the SH Figuarts Gear 5 Luffy. Now, I'm not going to say whether I think this is accurate or not. I'll just show a screenshot of her standing next to Luffy from several different scenes, and you guys tell me what you think. It's okay. I personally think she's a little too tall, but if you guys think it's accurate, then hey, that is your opinion. Next up, here she is standing next to the SH Figuarts Sabo, the SH Figuarts Wano Arc Sanji, and the SH Figuarts Wano Arc Zoro. Last but not least, here she is standing next to the SH Figuarts Useless Mid. I mean, I always do that. Eustace Kid. We've also got her standing next to the SH Figure Arts Yamato, and as you can see, she's actually taller than Yamato, so that says a lot. Not by much, but she is taller. Now, I don't think these two characters ever met, so in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't really matter, but it might matter to you guys. And then last but not least, we've got her standing next to the SH Figure Arts Trafalgar Law, and again, she's super tall, so I don't know. It's up to you guys whether you think this will work. I'm going to let you make a decision on that. Now, when it comes to my final thoughts on this, I'll keep it real with you guys, man. I do dig it. But I've always been a fan of variable action heroes, despite them not fitting in with my regular 1/12 scale collection. They just usually turn out to be so good, man, and they look incredible. That's one of the biggest selling points when it comes to these, especially with it being One Piece, man. They just turn out amazing. Now, that being said, as a more experienced reviewer than I am when I first started collecting these, again, if I ever reviewed one of these, I can highlight the problems with it. The articulation isn't the best at the legs, and the more I think about it, the skirt being two separate pieces is almost pointless just because it doesn't really help the articulation very much, so they could have kept that as one sculpt. I also do want to say when it comes to the magnetic cape, I love the idea, but the magnet isn't strong enough to where it will even stay on the figure very well unless you've already got it pre-posed and then you attach it. If you try to peg it on and then start articulating the figure, it's just not going to work. I also don't like the joint that they utilized for the neck, just because it's very, very tiny, man, and it seems like it's something that could break easily. So if it does, you guys already know it is a wrap, as I don't know if this company is one that is going to be sending replacement parts. So looks incredible, comes with a decent amount of accessories, but it does have some problems when it comes to the engineering and the designs. So yeah. Now, again, I bought this figure kind of on a whim to see if I could fudge it into my SH Figure Arts collection. Obviously, I'm not going to go out and buy every single one of these. I'm not delusional. I'm not going to go get Usopp, or I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of money on Nico, Robin, knowing that those characters in particular are just not going to work. But Boa Hancock being one of those characters who is taller, who does tower over Luffy and quite a few other main characters, I was like, okay, this might work. But the only other character I've been thinking about trying to get my hands on, notice I said trying, is Whitebeard, because he is oversized regardless. So I think that's definitely a figure that works. Hopefully Variable Action Heroes will reissue him at some point. And this one right here, I just gotta see, man. I might keep this in my collection. I might not. I'm not entirely sure. I'm definitely gonna take some shots and try to make it look incredible next to Luffy. And we'll see how that goes. But overall, that's my review. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as that always helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep all my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.